The Rising of the Shield Hero, Volume 4, Chapter 85, Hero of the Spear's Companions. After getting off the ship and passing through a hot spring, we arrived at the demon's habitat. Now then, let's hurry up and level with Mudiyasu's women so we can go home. I want you guys to understand that your non-cooperative attitude isn't going to work. You were forced to help me because I am a hero. I don't need you to tell me. Are you an idiot? You guys are the fools. Good grief, why do I have to put up with these goddamn women to go demon hunting? We are currently in the middle of a level grinding event. I saw several adventurers fighting demons here and there. This event feels similar to ones in net games on Earth. Well, the problem is with my companions. This area is inhabited by violet blobs, magenta frogs, yellow beetles, and cactus worms. They don't seem very strong. As I was analyzing the area, a magenta frog jumps out to a bush to attack us. Yoro! I hit the magenta frog's stomach midair with my shield. With a splat, the magenta frog stuck to my shield. Hey! I give instructions to Mudiyasu's women. What do you want? Use your sword or magic to fight. I know! Good grief. If you know, then why are you making me explain? Fire slash! Bitch's sword erupts in flame as she recites her magic. The fire shoots out from the tip of the sword and tears the magenta frog apart. 95 experience acquired. As expected, the strength to experience ratio is very good. Now then, for the time being, let's hunt properly. Fine. Good grief. There is a limit to being uncooperative. Irresponsible participating is fine to some extent, but no matter how much I think about it, there is no way they can become strong like this. Truthfully, I cannot attack my own. Right. So lame. I cannot attack on my own, whatever. Who the hell is lame? That reminds me, isn't your hero just a fool who thinks his lower half and chases any women? What are you saying? Are you going to insult Modiyasu-sama? Am I wrong? If I'm wrong, then tell me how you usually fight. Fine, I'll teach you. Bitch, Woman 1 and Woman 2. These are Modiyasu's companions. Woman 1 uses a sword and seems strong. I can see that her reflexes are good. She is the one who Raftalia stabbed. Her hair is brown and medium length. Woman 2's facial expressions constantly change, and she has a rod. Is she in charge of magic? There hasn't been any magic support so far. How do they usually fight? When it was Bitch's turn, she just disregards her explanation and says, "Our job is to support Modiyasu-sama in an emergency." What? I yelled unintentionally. What the hell is this bitch saying? Other than that, Horse-sama instructs us to cover Modiyasu-sama with magic. You don't fight? I'll fight if there's a melee, but Modiyasu-sama protects us so that won't happen. Protecting them? I have a headache. In other words, while Modiyasu fights, these women just sit back and cheer him on, occasionally supporting with magic. All the fighting is done by Modiyasu? That's pretty much it. Sometimes I cut up weak demons with my sword, while she sometimes uses magic. What about Horse-sama burns them. Other than the small fries left for women, Modiyasu mows down all the stronger enemies. That's like a princess play in net games. Wait, Bitch used to be a princess. Modiyasu-sama would always say to us, leveling up through such dirty methods does not suit cuties like you. Therefore, our fight is to support and restore his spirit. Right, so I put my efforts in cleaning equipment and learning support magic. It is our duty to heal Modiyasu-sama's spirits afterward. Every minute and every second of our attention is focused on Modiyasu-sama. It feels disgusting. I just imagine them behind me. These women are strong enough to kick around the demons around here. If they were to participate, would Modiyasu even need to fight? I hope that Modiyasu-sama would rely on us a little. Right, however, even without our power support, he is cool. Yeah, completely different from the shield who cannot do anything at all, and has to rely on his companions. Every time Bitch opens her mouth, she compares me to Modiyasu. Is that right? But right now, you are hunting demons with me. I don't know about Modiyasu, but you have to attack for me. You suck. You're the one who sucks! Good grief, does Modiyasu actually enjoy accompanying these three parasites? Modiyasu-sama would help us attack these demons. He really is wonderful. I know, right? How can the shield compare, forcing us to stay and defeat demons for him? I know, right? Annoying. I want to return already. What is wrong with these girls? Anyway, they're just putting on appearances for Modiyasu. Something like, wonderful, hold me, like that. I can never understand the charm of such sluts. To me, it's like they become the background. Suddenly a strong demon appears, and I take the lead to engage it. A figure fighting with wind and flying freely comes to mind. I mean, why am I being severely criticized here? It's probably just Bitch and her followers that influenced Modiyasu in the first place. Feels disgusting. At least, Bitch, Woman 1, and Woman 2 are fighting with the demon as per my instructions. I cannot fight. However, Bitch keeps chanting magic and discontinuing, and somehow it feels like she's waiting for something. I'm trying to think of what, but And so, with these feelings, 30 minutes have passed. I wonder where Shadow went, as I engage a demon with my shield and wait for support magic to come. I'm the next queen who commands the origin of power. I've read and deciphered the law of nature. Target him, and I'm the one who commands the origin of power. I've read and deciphered the law of nature. As they chant, an unusually strong spell is about to be activated. Shadow instantly appears behind Bitch and puts a knife to her throat. Hey! Ho, Dono and companions, your magic is giving off too much bloodthirst, Degojeru-yo. We did not do anything, just cooperating with the shield. That's not what it looks like, Degojeru. What's wrong? Bitch stops her magic as Shadow watches her closely. A while ago, I heard her muttering to herself, Degojeru. And, did you understand it? I did, Degojeru. What was it? Seems to be about investigating the limits of this slave crest, Degojeru. Ah, I see. There were several conditions on the slave crest that prevent certain actions. I understand because I tried it with Raftalia and Fido. Since Raftalia is strong, it occasionally went off when she was overly familiar with me, forgetting about how the mark is easy since I don't use it. The queen does not use the contract slave Degojeru Kara. She seems to be searching for a loophole, Degojeru. The queen's conditions. Possibly... I recall the conditions the queen set up. The condition is attacking Iwatani-sama, whether by direct attack with magic or indirect attack with poison. Nothing is allowed. An attack aimed at me, if there was one... Were they targeting the demon with magic while I was in the way, so that the attack would hit me? That is correct, Degojeru. You're wrong! Then why did you stop and move to cancel your spells earlier, Degojeru? That is because it was not to involve the shield in anything. What a desperate excuse. That's right. We just cast magic according to the shield's instructions. That spell I stopped earlier was at full power, Degojeru. Degojeru na. I hate that so much. It's just dumb. I don't know. There's some sort of origin for that in Japanese or whatever. It's just weird to read. There was no other way to defeat the demon. I wonder. In fact, not even 5 cactus worms can wound me a little. Frankly, they're all small fries. They would instantly become Fido's food. It doesn't hurt for here the shield, Dono Degojeru. Not at all. Quite sturdy, Degojeru na. Shadow just said something in a goofy voice. Anyway, it doesn't seem like you were reflecting, Degojeru na. I didn't know. Bitch has been completely seen through. Shadow leaks a sigh. Can't be helped, Degojeru na. She extends her index finger and activates a status magic. Bitch's slave crest appears. Why? The queen has entrusted former Princess Bitch's slave control to me, Degojeru. Well, that's just how it is. The pattern glows and Bitch rolls on the floor in pain. Seriously, to do something so stupid. Women 1 and 2 are paler as they watch. I hope you understand, Degojeru-ka. Treat Hiro-dono with respect, or else I'll punish you until you understand, Degojeru-yo. After, I'll notify the queen, Degojeru. That's... If you understand, then obediently listen to Hiro the Shield Dono Degojeru-yo. The women held their breath. A minute of punishment is not enough. I'm also reaching my limits. Shadow, what, Degojeru? I'm reaching my limits of my patience. Shadow seems to think about my promise with the queen anxiously. Shadow, please remove all prohibitions on pitch temporarily. I have to report what you do to the former princess, you know, Degojeru. Yeah, I know. Hey, bitch, you really want to kill me? I'll keep you company. Let's not play with unnecessary strategies. As the restraints from the slave crest are lifted, bitch stares at me with intense hatred. Hey, bring it. If you attack in close proximity, I'll burn you with Wrath Shield. Ah, just bitch. Hey guys, just watch. Ah, sure. Okay. Women 1 and 2 nod and withdraw. I'll absolutely kill you with this! While glaring at me, bitch doesn't even conceal her killing intent and activates her magic. I'm the next queen who commands the origin of power. I have read and deciphered the law of nature. Burn him to a crisp with the fires of hell. That magic, well, it's an appropriate selection. It's probably bitch's strongest magic. Now then, I wonder what the magic will shoot out. Doraifa! Hellfire! I love those little, like, Suvite and Doraifa. Bitch summons a gigantic fireball in front of her. Die! I prepare my shield to catch the fireball speeding towards me. Are you a retard? Your strongest magic is only this? What? Ah! The ball of flame hits my shield, and just like a baseball against a bat, it's shot back at bitch. Until now, fighting in various ways and gaining experience, I have discovered that receiving magic at a specific angle deflects it, so I thought it might be possible to reflect it back at the opponent. That retard, shooting magic in a straight line, caused me to remember about it. Stay awake! Yeah! Bitch is swallowed by the flames and throws herself onto the ground to roll. You burn well! This is refreshing, watching bitch struggle. Oh man, I wasn't content when the queen selfishly imposed penalties. Finally, I punish her with my own hands. Bitch-sama! Casts water... Imagine Woman 2 casts water magic to put out bitch. Raising your hand against a girl, you are the worst! You reap what you sow, right? She wasn't even thinking about her magic getting rebounded. Woman 2 applies healing magic on bitch to heal her wounds. Well, there's no way that can be cured easily. Now then, I will impose the penalty, Dagojiru. Bitch rolls over from the double whammy, slave crest, and the burns. Wait a minute, this is too cruel! Punishment is punishment, Dagojiru. Furthermore, I will notify Hero the Spear Dono to increase the penalties, Dagojiru. Prepare yourself, Dagojiru. Dagojiru. Unbelievable! Well then, shall we continue hunting? Who would follow you? Woman 2 shoulders bitch and leaves without permission. Sure, go away! This was completely her fault. Shadow seems to understand and speaks in a delicate voice. The queen expected something like this, Dagojiru-ga. It is at least this much. By the way, since they are useless now, shall we kill some time together? I understand, Dagojiru. I am a poor substitution, but I will cooperate with the Hero of the Shield, Dagojiru. Oh, you're going to help? If a situation was to happen, I was ordered to assist, Dagojiru. You are quite prepared. Could have prevented this from even happening. In the first place, was exchanging parties even necessary? Hey, my shoulder was tapped as I was talking to Shadow. When I turn around, I see Women 1 with her arms crossed unpleasantly. What's wrong? You didn't return? Return? Don't joke around. That would trouble Moriyasu-sama. Eh? Somehow she seems to be strong-minded. I don't think she would return even if she hated it. Compared to bitch and Woman 2, it looks like she has a sense of responsibility. It was a lot to stand, trying to match up to those children. Woman 1 declares unpleasantly while scratching her head. What's that? Don't misunderstand, all right? I still hate the Hero of the Shield. I was just wondering if you were like these foolish women. You seem to be a bit different. That's rude. I'm honest to myself. I don't want to fight, and if possible, I would like to live luxuriously. The mission of the heroes or the world's fate doesn't matter to me. I agree with that. If I could, I would instantly throw out such a mission. In fact, I would rather not participate in the wave at all. Do you understand? If I return here, it would be impossible to live luxuriously. You are very calculative. You're annoying. I love taking it easy in the shadow of someone strong, but that's it. And what's the reason for not returning? You are strong as well. Though I hate it, I will follow you. Knitting her eyebrows in seriousness, Woman 1 answers unpleasantly. I do not discriminate against the strong. What strange logic. Don't say that. So what now? I didn't cause any problems, so my stock with Moriyasu-sama should go up. I would rather not be in the same position as that parasitic princess. I see. They exist in my world as well, this fellow. The woman getting involved in delinquent groups in school, following those who are strong, probably. Following the leader around, receiving the overflow. Generally the types to think in the long term and take it easy. Since I am Japanese, I can understand to some extent. I think that the former princess would abandon Moriyasu-sama at a suitable time. I don't think Moriyasu-sama likes troublesome women, and there will be a limit to how much he can cherish women. There's a probability that Moriyasu would trust those that didn't cause problems over the ones that do. As for Moriyasu-sama's part, bitch seems to be at the top of the pecking order. Is she aiming at an usurpation? Yeah, that's that word. My father is a noble who earned his rank by distinguishing himself in the military, and my mother is the daughter of a merchant who made a fortune in business. When you haggled to buy that accessory, I was amazed, though it is the worst to haggle using blackmail when buying something for a girl. Yeah. Let's just disregard it, because I'm getting angry just remembering it. I also understand the point of this. I will analyze the Hero of the Shield fights and report to Moriyasu-sama everything. You really are aiming for the best. Let's leave it at that. Let's resume hunting quickly. I have no choice but to change my valuation of Woman 1. She is calculating, but unlike bitch, she doesn't seem to gain pleasure from looking down on others. I'm thinking about bitch again. I feel she can be trusted in business. I don't want to trust as a friend, though. Well, the head count is the same as before. Shadow, do you accept? Understand, Dagojiru. Wait, no, it's not. What? 2 people left. 1 person came in. Now there's 3 people. Before there was 4. What? Now, Fumi, what are you doing? I send a party invitation to Shadow and remove Woman 2 and Bitch. Thus we resume our demon extermination. I don't know, but... Yeah, invite 1, remove 2. That's not the same head count. Woman 1 was a magic warrior, so she could fight up close or far away. Shadow is a very swift attacker, as expected of this country's assassination corps, quite strong. By the way, they are not slaves, so I cannot see their status or levels, so I can't tell what level they are. You really are sturdy. I am surprised at how different you fight compared to Moriyasu-sama. Woman 1 says while defeating a demon. From the conversation a while ago, I know that they only cheer on Moriyasu from the rear. However, that raccoon woman is reliable. Raccoon woman. Raftalia? If she hears that, then she would probably make a delicate expression. By the way, Woman 1 is good at using me as a shield. She observes the demons well and uses adjusts in battle. She's accustomed to fighting. The way she is pushing everything on me while fighting is pretty efficient compared to Raftalia and Fido, who try to do everything themselves. It's not a good feeling when pressed against a demon, though. However, she is not as good at range. She is distracted while chanting magic. Shadow had to defend her several times. Demons are defeated, dismantled, and absorbed into the shield. Oh, you can absorb the dismantled demons into your weapon? Moriyasu doesn't know about it? He doesn't do it usually, only on big game, like a chimera or a strong demon. Moriyasu should have absorbed some demon parts into his spear. Does he not bother with meat and bone? But that doesn't really make any sense. I have unsealed most of the basic shields, therefore my ability has risen considerably. The meat system is inferior to the bone system if released. That must be why I cannot beat Moriyasu-sama unless... Moriyasu... I don't know why I said sama there. Moriyasu unless I use the Wrath Shield. Of course, it could also be due to the fact that I started leveling late, but if I feel the difference between Moriyasu and my basic specs... The same could be said for Ren and Tsuki. It is funny that I thought the shield was weak a while ago. At least in present conditions, the shield isn't inferior to any of the other weapons. Or is it because in-game terms, we were all still in the early stages? I don't know. Oh, right, there was something I wanted to ask. What is it? Were you Moriyasu's first party member? For some reason, that memory is very vague, but if I remember correctly, then it wasn't her. No, I'm not. Ah, is that so? I joined Moriyasu-sama 1 week after I started adventuring. When I entered, the only other man in the party left. I see. The former princess and her lackey tormented him until he left. Anyone who joined after me was antagonized. I see. If you don't pretend to be stupid, then bitch will torment you until you disappear. What an unpleasant party managed by women. Are real harems like that? It's such a shitty group. Just everything about Moriyasu and his companions. I mean, it's great for stories. They're just terrible people. Except for woman one. I'm growing. She's growing on me. She's pretty cool. I would like to learn her name eventually, but that's very unlikely because just Naofumi doesn't give a shit about anybody's names.